Soccer's still growing. It's not like basketball, baseball, especially coming from a city like New York. I have the opportunity to represent the city and help grow the sport in my hometown. So I think it's dope. And also my job as well, just getting the word out there, making sure that, we find a way to make it more accessible to, people that come from, places where we come from.
What's going on, guys? It's Jazzys. Today I'm here with U.S. Men's National Team superstar, Mr. Timothy Weah. Mr. Weah, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for asking. So, welcome back to the city. I know that you initially grew up in Queens, but you're born in Brooklyn, and I'm from Brooklyn, so we're going to be claiming you for today, okay?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
All right. And by the way, to everyone watching, I usually call soccer football, but for today we're going to be calling soccer because, well, I don't want anybody to be confused, and also I feel like it's much easier. Got it?
Yeah.
That's okay with you?
That's cool.
All right. So let's get started. You had the opportunity to represent the United States and Qatar at the World Cup last year. So how was that experience representing your country in the biggest tournament in sports?
For me, it was an honor. I mean, I think for any athlete, representing your country at the biggest stage is really dope. So I mean, I was happy. My family was there, so it was definitely a blessing, and we performed well. So yeah, it was a good experience.
You guys definitely did. I mean, I can only imagine how you felt in those moments, being able to play against big countries, and I bet it was awesome. And also being able to play in the World Cup is a big accomplishment. I'm so proud of all you guys. You guys did a great job. And also shouts out to Serginho Dest, Christian Pulisic, Aaron Long, and even Mr. DeAndre Yedlin, because they all support me. And yeah, I really do appreciate it, guys. So shouts out to them again.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah. Many say that soccer is not a popular sport in the United States, especially in the inner city, because of the lack of organized training and also because of the affordability. So what are your thoughts on this, and what do you think it will take for the sport's popularity to grow across all demographics?
Soccer's still growing. It's not like basketball, baseball, especially coming from a city like New York. When I was younger, soccer wasn't really the main sport. We usually used to play basketball and baseball and run track and all those things. But, now as we're getting more exposure, the World Cup, I think, played a huge role. And I think that, yeah, it's definitely grown. I think, every school now has a soccer team. Everyone's playing soccer. So, I mean, it's dope. And then I have the opportunity to represent the city and help grow the sport in my hometown. So I think it's dope. And, yeah, soccer's just rising. It's going to continue to rise. And I'm happy to be at the front of all that.
I totally agree with you. I feel like the popularity is definitely growing, but I feel like when it comes to youth training, it gets really expensive, and it's really hard, especially in Brooklyn, where I'm from, in my neighborhood, to find quality training for the youth. I mean, my little brother, Josué, he has to travel all the way to Queens in order to play, and it can get really expensive. I gotta be honest with you. So I feel like it would definitely grow in popularity if they made it much more affordable when it comes to youth training. And also, when it comes to training, it costs a lot, and many families cannot afford it.
Yeah.
So, it's not that popular because of that as well. So if they can make it much more affordable, I feel like a lot of families would like to get their kids in it, and then everyone will start recognizing the sport and want to play it.
Yeah, I think that's also my job as well. Just getting the word out there, making sure that, the head guys, we find a way to make it more accessible to, people that come from, places where we come from. Right. So we have to use our voice. I mean, I have a voice now, so I have the opportunity to use it, and I'm going to continue to use it, and hopefully we can change a lot of those things.
I hope a lot more kids can get in tune to the soccer cultures as well.
Sure, play soccer.
Yeah. So George Weah, your dad, was a legendary footballer, even winning a Ballon d'Or in 1995. So shouts out to him, who is also the president of Liberia right now. So, he's doing a great job. So again, shouts out to your pops. So how was that experience growing up as a kid with a pro dad and your own dreams of becoming a soccer player? Like, did you feel pressured, and did anyone ever try to compare you to your dad?
I didn't really feel pressured. I mean, growing up in New York, it was kind of it was just fun. I used to go to school, kick it with my friends, not really have the stress of football. I used to just, go to practice, just chill, have fun. I mean, people are always going to talk. People are always going to want to compare. But, I just want to continue pushing on the legacy and continue doing what I have to. I think that's the best way to pay him back for all the hard work that he's done.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm glad that you're saying that no one really pressured you to do it. You wanted to do it for fun,
Yeah.
and it kind of like just turned into a career.
Yeah.
So it's true. So I also have a message to all the parents out there. I mean, it's important to support your kids and whatever they want to accomplish, all their dreams, goals. And, you know, it's not bad to push your kids in order to, like, help them out. But when it comes to forcing your kids to live through you or to, you know, to live through the dreams that you never got to accomplish, that's not cool at all. So please do not do that. But, you know, it's important to support your kids and whatever they want to do in life. So I'll say that to them.
100%.
Right.
My parents, they didn't push me, but I always had supportive parents. Like my dad, my mom, especially my mom. My mom, we traveled the world together. She used to follow me to soccer tournaments, and she was just my biggest support system. So, you know, parents, make sure you do your job and you play a huge role in whatever your kid's future look like.
Right, well, that's really nice to know. And every time that I get to talk about this, I always love to talk about support systems because I have strong support systems, and I want to inspire parents out there that they can also be strong support systems to their kids. And their kids can be successful and they can accomplish whatever goals they want if they have those kinds of support systems from anyone, not even just their parents, siblings, everyone. So, as much as the sport has made progress to eliminate racism in stadiums, many players are still experiencing this, unfortunately, especially in Europe. So have you ever experienced any sort of racism firsthand while playing, and how do you move forward from those sorts of incidents?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I didn't experience it in Europe, but I experienced it here in America. But you know, seeing my fellow mates experiencing it in Europe is tough. I think you know, at some point we're all gonna have to stand up and
Right.
and fight it. I mean, 400 years of slavery isn't anything to just sleep on. I feel like when these situations do happen, we have a voice now. We have to speak. We represent a community,
Right.
and I think it's super important that we do that in the right way, and we have to kick racism out the sport for sure because there's no room for it.
I love how many teams and clubs they've been trying their best to eliminate that, but it's still happening.
Yeah.
So I feel like we all have voices, and it's important to let our voices be heard. Also, racism isn't cool. I feel like we should all love each other because we're all unique and beautiful in our own ways.
100%.
And also, I've been saying a lot of racist comments on my page, so I totally get what you're saying. And, you know, the most important thing that you have to do when it comes to that is just don't give it attention because people are just looking for attention when they're writing negative comments. So if you give them the attention that they want, you're basically just putting more fuel to the fire.
100%.
So, you know, you just got to ignore it sometimes.
Ignore it, stay focused, strong-minded, and do what you gotta do. Be good.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's the goal.
Yeah.
So how has your experience been living and playing in Europe? As I'm sure it's been a big adjustment since living in the US, like language, food, and culture.
The start was a bit rough. I mean, I moved there when I was 14, so I had to, you know, kind of get adapted, learn a new language, make
Right.
friends. I think that was the hardest part. When you don't speak a language, you're kind of the lonely one.
Right, the odd one out.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, once I got all that, you know, the football came by itself, and yeah, I kind of just enjoy myself now. Being overseas is amazing. I mean, you see, you know, different cultures, different cities, and all these fun things. I mean, yeah, I've just been blessed, and you know, I'm happy, and hopefully continues to be that way.
Yeah, totally. And 14, well, you're very young when you moved over there, I gotta say that. And I totally understand what you're saying because I've actually been to Europe a couple times now, and I went to a lot of countries. I gotta say that France was pretty cool. I've been to France a couple times, and it's actually pretty cool. But when it comes to food, I'm not the biggest fan of their food. I mean, their pastries they're fire. I gotta say that, especially like the croissants, fire. But when it comes to Italy, I love their food though. I love pasta. I love their pasta. Also, how has your experience been in playing against some of the biggest names of soccer?
It's been dope. I mean, when I was in the States, I used to just, you know, see them on TV or while I'm playing video games. But, I mean, getting the chance to play against them and also play with them, you know, the likes of Neymar and Mbappe, played against Messi.
Right.
So, I mean, that's a great experience. I mean, who would have thought that one day, you know, a young boy from New York would end up overseas playing on the biggest stage? So, I mean,
Right.
you know, I just thank God for sure. And, yeah, I'm just happy. I'm blessed. And, yeah, Just
Right.
going with the flow.
It's really important to cherish those moments that you've had. Especially, I mean, not everyone can say that they went against Messi. I mean, Hakimi, Neymar, Mbappe. Before we get out of here, can you share your thoughts about Messi coming to the MLS, and where do you think the sport's popularity will be in the USA in the next 5 to 10 years? I want to hear your opinion on this one.
I think it's amazing for American soccer in general. I think, one of the greatest players. He's the god of football. So I mean, him coming to the States is only going to push the football in America to, I don't know, the sky is the limit. I mean, there's so much room for growth. Has so much potential. I think that a big player like that coming here is going to be good, and hopefully the exposure gets out there, and the game is so beautiful. And I think with Messi coming here, a lot of people are gonna be more open to that. And
Right.
yeah, I mean it's gonna be dope.
I think that the popularity growth will definitely go straight through the roof. I gotta say that because there are so many Messi fans. In my opinion, I feel like he is the GOAT, but I respect everyone's opinion when it comes to that. I'm just really excited that he's coming to the MLS. I mean, Inter Miami, wow. And I have my brothers that live in Miami, so Messi, I'm ready for that interview. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. For sure. Well, thank you so much for your time. So can you please share some words of motivation to everyone watching my show?
Number one, make sure you tap in with Jazzy. Number two, just be you. Be free. Enjoy life. Don't stress. Life is so much bigger. And yeah, I mean, just love. And yeah, continue being you.
Thank you so much for those wise words. Well, guys, I'm here with Mr. Timothy Weah. We're having such a great time. And until next time, jazzing out.